Hello, good evening, and welcome to Yesikan Podcast. I'm your host, Tamir Okwen. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of the podcast, where we'll be discussing a very important and relevant topic. Which the topic is just like a question. The topic is called "Why me?" Why me is really a question where everybody has come to a point in his life where he always asks himself, "Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through such situations? Why is life not treating me better?" So today we'll be looking at that, and then sometimes we may have faced certain challenges in our life that makes us ask the question, why me? Why is this happening to me? As I've stated earlier, but there's always a uniqueness in our own existence that God allow you and I to be alive to this point. Out of the billion sperm cells, God allow you and I to survive, and then to survive 9 months in our mother belly without any complication. Even those that have complications, that have any deformity, I know that yes, God indeed have a plan for you. If we are talking about people who have deformity and things like that, we always like to mention people like Pastor Nick, who just have 2 toes. He has come to a point in his life where he has also asked the question, why me? Why am I born with just 2 toes? Why don't I look complete like a human being? So when this question, why me, arises, it often comes from the place of struggle, confusion, or even despair. So it is natural for us to feel the way we feel anytime we ask the question, why me, when we are facing challenges and setbacks. But the moment we try refraining this question, it can be powerful. It can be a powerful tool for our self-improvement. So sometimes, instead of us saying why me in a tone of resignation, it's very important that we consider asking it with curiosity and openness. Reflect on the lessons and opportunities for growth that may lie within the situation. By doing so, you shift from the mindset of being a victim to being someone who is empowered. So when we ask this question of why me, we shouldn't ask it in a tone of being down, being demoralized, being demotivated. We should ask it in a point where it can be our own source of motivation, that we can drive ourselves, we can be the driving force for ourselves. So every obstacle that presents itself in our life is for our own personal development and resilience. So we should embrace the challenge with a positive mindset, which can lead to self-discovery, increase our strength, and then deepen our understanding of our own capabilities. So we should remember that this question, why me, when asked, it can evolve. We should try to evolve it into questions like, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I grow through this experience? So by shifting our perspective, we take control of our narrative and pave way for our self-improvement and personal growth. We all have the ability to really transform adversity into opportunities and emerge stronger and wiser. Ultimately, the question why me can serve as a catalyst for our self-discovery and resilience. We have discussed the topic of self-discovery for 3 episodes now. So for you to really understand why we have been mentioning self-discovery here, it's very important that you listen to the previous 3 episodes so that you can be able to match them and also join it together with this question, why me, and then make a change you want to see in your life. And then not just the change you want to see in your life, be the change that others can see, and then we can all make the world great again and make it positive and a place to live in. So through this exploration of the question, why me, we can, in a positive mindset, we can develop a great sense of purpose and a stronger inner resolve and a more profound connection with our journey of self-discovery. So while it's important for us not to really dwell in the victim mentality, why me, why am I born with just with just a toe, why am I born one eye blind, why am I born one ear deaf, things like that, why am I having bow leg, things like that are questions of why me. So instead of asking those questions, we should look at the point of not just asking the question, but even if we ask it, we should ask in a positive way where we can be the change, even with our own deformity and with our own failure and in our place of despair. So while it's important for us, as I've said, not to dwell in the victimhood mentality, when we ask the question why me with a growth-oriented mindset, it can lead to emotional healing. Sometimes when you ask the question why me, is because you have been emotionally broken. So for you to be emotionally healed, ask the question why me with a growth-oriented mindset so that you can really heal from that emotional injury and then ultimately have a positive transformation. So when you talk about why me now, we can't really discuss why me without having the importance of really asking this question, why me? At some point in our life, there must be importance when we ask the question why me in a growth oriented aspect. So we are going to discuss 7 of the importance of asking the question why me. And then number 1 is self-awareness. And then in self-awareness, when we ask the question why me, it encourages introspection, that is really going through ourselves, inspecting our mind. What is that is inside of me? Why am I being negative? Things like that. And then it fosters a deeper understanding of our own emotion, belief, and reaction. So asking the question why me in growth oriented perspective, it fosters a deeper understanding of our own emotion, our belief, and our reaction. And number 2 is empowerment. Yes, asking the question why me in a growth oriented perspective really empowers the mind, as it can lead to a sense of empowerment by shedding more light in our own strength. Yes, we all have a strength. We have a strength on our inside. Sometimes when we feel down, we shouldn't feel down completely. What we should do is we should try to use the strength in our inner mind, so that we can get out of that negativity and move on to a growth oriented mindset. So it can tell us, it can shed more the second point, the empowerment, can really shed more light on that, and on our strength and our resilience even in the face of challenges. So number 3 is resilience itself. When we talk of resilience, is not giving up, not being a quitter. So with the moment we ask the question why me, it can help us navigate through difficult circumstances and discover our capacity in overcoming those adversity. So there are circumstances one may be going through in life that you may feel down, but the moment you have the resilience period, when you ask the question of why me in a growth oriented aspect, so one of the importances, it brings about resilience. So this resilience now can help us through difficult situations. We can't really give up, because there's no point of us giving up, because if we give up, what are we doing? We can't make a change in our own world. We can't be who we truly want to be. So it's very important to always note some of these points. And then number 4 point is emotional healing. So by delving into the reason behind asking the question why me, we may tap into emotional healing, and finding a way to cultivate self-compassion with understanding. Yes, we talk about emotional healing when we're dealing with growth-oriented aspect before talking about the importance. So it's very important that we really heal from every injury that we might have faced in our life. It can be psychological, it can be emotional, whatever type of healing we need. We all need healings in our life. There are points in our life where things have gone bad, and we need to heal from such type of things, because it's very important for us, so that even if we ask the question why me, we won't ask it in a growth retarded aspect, but in a growth oriented aspect. And then the number 5 point is personal growth. So this when we talk about personal growth, the self-inquiry of the question why me in a growth oriented perspective can really bring about growth by revealing to us opportunities. Yes, opportunities for our improvement and insight that can guide to a positive change. So there are insights that can really guide us to a positive change if we really ask the question why me in a growth oriented perspective. And then the number 6 point is perspective shift. So when we talk about perspective shift, it brings about a change in the way we look things. Yes, allowing us to see challenges as opportunity for growth. Yes, the moment our perspective is being shifted, we don't see challenges as challenges, but we see it as opportunity for us to grow and shine. And number 7 is connection with purpose. Every time we talk about purpose is the reason why we are alive. Purpose is the reason why we didn't die. Purpose is the reason why we survived all through these years, and then we are still here. It's because we have a purpose to fulfill. So don't feel as if you don't have a purpose. You have a purpose for coming to earth. So the moment you ask the question why me in a growth oriented perspective, it helps you connect with your purpose, finding meaning behind the experiences that we might have faced that brings about this question of why me, which can really brings about great experience and then give us a greater sense of purpose and direction in life, because we all need direction in life wherever we are going to. So the question why me is always a point of self-improvement and not a point for us to always feel down. But every time we feel down, I just have one thing to say to us. From the holy book, the scripture, the Bible, in the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, the scripture says, I know the plan I have for you, a plan to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and an expected end. So all of us here are looking for an expected end. So there's an expected end for us if we don't really give up. If we ask the question why I'm in a growth oriented perspective, So every time we feel down, God did not just create us to be he did not really create us as something he can discard. No, he created us with purpose. There's purpose in our inside, and we must really fulfill that purpose and live up to destiny. So it's very important we consider that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be drawing the curtain close here after we have discussed the question of the rhetorical question we always ask ourselves, why me? And sometimes we don't even get the answer because these questions are very deep. There are really more to that. There are thousands and thousands of importance of asking the question, why me? But we decided to take this 7 because I believe 7 is a number for perfection. So today we'll be drawing the curtain close here, and then I would like you to click on the subscribe button in our YouTube channel and then share this video so that as many that have come to a point in their life to ask the rhetorical question, why me, they can listen to this and then have a change in perspective, have a change in their life, and then move from growth retarded mindset to a growth oriented mindset. So thank you very much for joining us once again today. I hope you still join us again next Friday as we bring to you another very important and relevant topic. Thank you for joining us, and all I can say to you right now is yes you can, yes you will, and yes you must. Thank you for joining us on Yes You Can podcast today. Have a nice day.